Hello everybody and welcome to NPA Sports Extra September edition. I'm Joe Meehan alongside, as always, Mark Hoover. And Mark, after a long summer, it's good to be back. We got a lot to cover tonight.
It really is, but even before we get started, it's just kind of amazing. I don't know if you can tell yet, but as we go along this evening, you'll see the brand new studio that we are in. They've been working on it over the summer. We've got a lot of great new technology here, and so we're going to try to put that to work tonight. We've got some live guests in studio, but we've also got a lot of folks that are hopefully going to be on this screen behind us from Maine, New Hampshire, all over the place. So I think we've got a great jam-packed show tonight.
Got a lot to cover. We'll get to it. NPA Sports Extra starts right now.
So welcome back. It is kind of fun to get the school year started. I know we've just kind of been getting going with a lot of our fall sports. Why don't you kind of bring some folks up to date in terms of where we are fall sports-wise?
Yeah, so the fall season began, football started August 18th, and most other fall teams started the 24th. So they've been in full mode, full game action the last few weeks. The fall is our busiest season. It has our most participants, most programs, most offerings, so it's a crazy time, and we have a lot of teams out there playing, and it's a lot of fun. Everyone's kind of get a renewed sense of spirit.
And joining me now in studio is Nord resident John Gorman. John, welcome.
Thanks for
having me.
How
are you? Hey, you and I were talking before we came on air. You were here before a couple years ago. I think Mike Maloof did a video interview with you.
Yeah.
Just to remind folks, CM grad, BC grad, and current member of the Oakland Athletics.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. I want to again thank you for coming in. I'm going to kind of go back a little bit to your time at CM. You, as a senior, as I understand it, you were actually drafted by the Red Sox. Mm-hmm. Tell us. I mean, I got to believe as a Massachusetts resident, that's got to be just an unbelievable rush for a high school kid to get picked by the Red Sox, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Being a Red Sox fan growing up my whole life was pretty cool. It was also like what made it even cooler was I wasn't really expecting it. It wasn't something, talked to them maybe a little bit before the draft, but I knew I was always going to BC and going to pursue that. So
it looked like last season, I was doing a little research on your season last year. It looked like you had a pretty successful season. Can you share with the people at home who don't know some of the successes that you guys had last year, and you individually as well?
Yeah, so for cross country last year, we both, for cross country and indoor track, actually, we won our conference championships. We were in the Empire 8 conference last year, and we just switched actually to the Liberty League conference, so it's kind of a step up in competition. We're kind of raising the bar for ourselves. But we won the conference championships in cross country, and we won them in indoor. We fell a bit short outdoor, so that kind of stunk because we were going for all three there, obviously. But
sounds like we'll get to the World Series in a second, but you guys played a total of 40 games this summer. Is it difficult to balance just like everyday life, working and all that, and then go play a baseball game too?
I mean, there's definitely trade-offs. We have, like I said, we have some older guys, so they have to balance family.
Yep.
It's great. But there's some sacrifice you have to make. You have to go into work early. But, I mean, primarily the people we're playing who just love the game.
Right.
And it's not about playing baseball, really. It's about being around the group of guys. And that's what I love the most. So.
And thanks very much. Great stuff. I did kind of like the fact that Sean mentioned, he's like, oh, there was a 43-year-old, and that was one of the old guys. I'm like, wait a second, yeah, I'd love to be 43 and still playing baseball. So anyway, I appreciate him coming in, and hopefully, again, with our brand new system here, we'll have Jason Matovu, who is a senior up at the University of Maine. There he is. Jason, how are you, sir?
Going? I'm good. How you doing?
I'm not too bad, thanks. We were just Skyping someone out in Ithaca, New York, and now here we are up in beautiful Orono, Maine. How's the weather up there with you guys so far?
It actually is good right now. It hasn't gotten bad. It's been real good. It's sunny, which is kind of like not real common up here, obviously, in Maine. So it's been good.
Yeah, I guess I probably shouldn't be asking that in February and January when it's probably a little different in terms of the amount of snow and cold up there, right? Jason, you're a 2014 Nord High School grad, quite a senior year. in 2014 in terms of your rushing yards and the number of touchdowns. At what point in your senior year did you kind of know that you could take your game to the collegiate level, and not only collegiate, but D1 collegiate level? Because that's quite an accomplishment.
I mean, ever since I started playing football, I've always had high expectations for myself. So, I mean, even going into freshman year, sophomore year, I always knew I could do it. And if I worked hard and pushed my mind hard enough, I'd be able to do anything I put my mind to. So, like, as soon as I started playing football, I knew that I could do it, you know? So.
Well, thanks, Mark. We've had a lot of alumni guests on, and for now we have our first current student on, in Xavier Cullen. First of all, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And you do something a little bit unique for a high school student. There's not a lot of high school students that would do this, and you coach youth football. What age are you coaching currently?
Well, right now, currently, we're coaching the C team, the 6th grade team. Mm-hmm. So kids that are coming up from the elementary school into the middle school of Norton Middle School, yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say there's not a lot of, never mind students, not a lot of adults who would dedicate the time into coaching. What made you kind of want to get into that initially?
Well, I think one of the driving factors was I used to play 6th grade with my father as the coach, actually. Mm-hmm. And so him coaching that team, me seeing him coach and being a leader out there, it made me kind of want to volunteer my time and to help the 6th grade team.
So back here with our magic board, and now we're going from Orono, hopefully, to Durham, New Hampshire, and check in with Brian Dunn. There he is. How are you, Dunny?
Mr. Hoover, how are you?
I am fine. You got something there on your chin. You know, you might need to. Look at that. Brian Dunn up there in UNH. Hey, it's great to see you. You got to come down, you know, because you're a NPA guy, and see the new studio that they have down here. This stuff is amazing.
Yeah, I was watching that interview and I was looking around the studio, and it's very impressive.
They did a great job. They did a great job. So, you know, you've been part of this NPA growing up and watching it grow, and you got yourself into sports. You've been in here talking about the stuff you've done for the UNH hockey team. I understand, though, that just recently you were able to kind of move up to the big time there for ESPN.
Yeah, it was a really great opportunity. It kind of happened relatively quickly. So UNH Broadcast Production, the company that I work for, they signed a contract saying our firm is going to produce 50-plus ESPN games varying by different sports. So last weekend, UNH Volleyball had their annual tournament that they hold at this time of the year. So we did all 3 of UNH's home games on ESPN3, which is basically their online streaming service. And they asked me to do color commentary for one of the games.
Well, just an action-packed show, probably the busiest show that we've had in a long time. And I want to thank all of the crew that we have. There's about 8 to 10 people that people can't see behind the cameras that just made all of that chaos. It wasn't chaos to you guys, but in here for them, there's a lot happening at once with all the Skype interviews and going over. So
it's amazing how it worked. And again, I just can't get over what they've put into the studio here with the screens and the lights, and just, it's amazing. We go from that side of the studio, now we're over here with TVs. It's just, it's amazing. I'm getting too old. It's technology.
Well, a lot of alumni in tonight.
Yes.
We learned a lot about, who knew we had so many talented athletes still playing sports post
D1
post
stuff.
high school.
Yeah, D1 stuff, then the pros. It's great. Great stuff. So.
Well, we'll be coming back at the end of the fall season, hopefully with some success stories from John Longley and some of the athletes. Athletes watching at home, we want some good stories here. We need to keep the show rolling. So we'll see you at the end of the fall season. For Mark Hoover, I'm Joe Meehan. Thanks for tuning in.
Have a great night.